Harry's House and Centerpiece, from the new Joni Mitchell album, Hissing of Summer Lawns. Good morning, I'm Jaime Wohl. Be here till 4 this afternoon.
Do you like young children? If so...
At our market, we are featuring celery, 48 cents for a large bunch, at your co-op, the food market that cares, on West Clinton Street, Ithaca. Open Sundays, 10 until 5.
93 WVBR FM Ithaca. It's 36 degrees going up to 40. This is Larry Norman with Reader's Digest. From the album Only Visiting This Planet, that's Larry Norman. It's 11:15, which is news time. Don't Cry No Tears, Neil Young from Zuma, which is really growing on me. We heard Cold Shivers from an American David Bowie. His name is David Warner. He kind of looks like Bowie, sounds like him. It's from an album called Imagination Quota. And The Who is first with Goin' Mobile. 26 minutes before 12, Jaime Wohl with you. A lot of people have been doing Jackson Browne songs, like Tom Rush and Ian Matthews, Linda Ronstadt, who else? Nico, Jennifer Warren, Steve Noon, a lot of people. But Hedge and Donna, who are a little-known folk duo of the 60s, do an absolutely beautiful version of From Silver Lake from his first album. First was Hedge and Donna with From Silver Lake, and then Chuck Mangione with the suggestive Can't We Do This All Night from Chase the Clouds Away. Oh, excuse me, he's now Chuck Mangione. I forgot. When I Look Into Your Eyes was that one we just heard from Santana. Since it's Saturday, be a good day to go downtown and go shopping. While you're down there, why don't you drop into Harold's Army and Navy store and fill out an entry blank. We're having a contest in conjunction with them, and next Saturday we'll be having a drawing, and you can win a gift certificate of up to $50 worth of clothing. Now that's something to be thankful or hopeful for. WVBR doesn't want you to get cold this winter, so go down to Harold's and fill out an entry blank. You might have a lot more clothes this time next week.
Hello, can I help you?
Yeah, excuse me. I'd like 4 bottles of kaopectate, a pack of Bic pens, a couple copies of Field and Stream, a case of Brill cream, and
Sure, William Barrett, he's embarrassed. Give him a pack of Trojan.
If you need advice about contraceptives, call Planned Parenthood of Tompkins County. They're open from 8:30 until 5 o'clock Monday through Friday. Their phone numbers are 273-1513 and 273-8252.
Well, okay, forget one of the copies of Field and Stream.
It's 8 minutes before 12. If you're a big Bruce Springsteen fan, you might be glad to know that he's got about 30 rough-drafted songs in the can for his 4th album. But until then, we'll make do with Born to Run. This is Meeting Across the River. 2 minutes before 12. Bruce Springsteen was first with Meeting Across the River, and that was Imagine from John Lennon. Now here's John Lennon's friend, Harry Nilsson. I'll let him introduce it himself.
It's called Jesus Christ You're Tall. Give you a little boy. That's it.
Yep, that's it. Go right ahead, Karen.
Thank you. Right now it's 37 degrees and cloudy in Ithaca. I'm Karen Hasby. It's 12:15.
Burning rock and roll records. That is terrible. That is sacrilegious. Thank you, Karen. Jaime Wohl here. It's 12:15. The Four Tops, Standing in the Shadows of Love and Loveitis. It's from the J. Giles Band.
Use your master charge of Bank Americard. And remember, Stereo Shack has new hours for the holiday season. Monday through Saturday from 9 till 9, Sundays noon till 5. Stereo Shack for the merriest Christmas ever.
19 and a half after 12. We're 93 WVBR, and this is Patti Smith. All that decadence. The Rolling Stones and the Doors and Patti Smith did Break It Up. I guess you're used to me now praising Patti Smith, but I can't help it. That album is so good. It's called Horses, and it's only been out for a couple weeks, and it's already one of my favorite albums. It's 25 minutes before 1. I'm Jaime Wohl, and if you want someone to listen to you, and none of your friends are around, and you really have a problem, the people at Eaters have trained counselors who will counsel you, listen to what you have to say. You can call them at 256-7243 or stop by at room 14 of Cornell's Willard Straight Hall. Their hours are 5 to 11 daily. More music. This is Leonard Cohen with a Stranger Song. very strong song for Kansas. It's from their third album called Mask, and it was The Child of Innocence. Back to the Family came from Jethro Tull and Leonard Cohen, who's always been one of my personal favorites. Maybe it's because I went to high school in Canada and we studied his poetry. It was a lot more fun to study his poetry than some of the other Canadian poets they came up with. It's 11.5 before 1. It's getting on toward the time of year when Christmas shopping is on everybody's mind. 26 more days, you know. And that's why Lafayette Radio is starting their Christmas sale now. Starting this week, Lafayette will offer great savings on cassette recorders, clock radios, calculators, and all kinds of electronic equipment while they last. Lafayette is selling Sony TVs, too, both color and black and white, for incredible savings. You can buy the TV you've been wanting while the price is pretty good. Of course, Lafayette still has great prices on all their stereo components and systems, with brand names like Pioneer, Advent, Kenwood, Panasonic, Sony. And for your convenience, Lafayette's main store is always open until 9 on weeknights and on Saturday until 5. So start your Christmas shopping now, and you can find the best selection and still have time to shop around at Lafayette. When you're done shopping, you'll see why Lafayette has such a great reputation. Lafayette is starting their Christmas sale now. Don't you think it's time to start Christmas shopping? 26 more days? Lafayette Radio with 3 convenient locations. The main store at the intersection of Routes 13 and 366, the Collegetown store on Dryden Road, and the Cortland store on Main Street in Cortland. Good morning. It's afternoon, Saturday, the 29th of November. Got something from The Joy of Cooking. It's from their last album, Castles. And one of the most interesting things about Joy of Cooking is it was completely led by women. Tony Brown and Terry Garthwaite did most of the vocals, actually all of the vocals, wrote all of the songs except for a couple traditional things, and more or less were the strength of the group. They broke up after Tony decided to quit the group and go on a solo career. This is a song she wrote, Tony Brown, Beginning Tomorrow. Lady Madonna from, I'm not going to tell you. The song before was called Titles, and it was by a group called Barclay James Harvest. And as you heard, the entire song is made up of titles of Beatles songs. Lady Madonna, Let It Be. The title of the album is Time-Honored Ghosts, and the group, again, Barclay James Harvest. We heard Lay Down from the Strawbs, an old British hit, and Beginning Tomorrow from The Joy of Cooking.
The only way to take advantage of this special is to be there. The best 24 hours ever at the Sound Shop on Seneca Street in Geneva.
The WVBR weather machine reports that it's 39 degrees. Unfortunately, there's about an 80% chance of rain tonight. What can you do? Tomorrow will be about the same type of weather as today. Low about 40 and high in the mid-50s. I was playing Springsteen before. I forgot to mention that his new single is going to be 10th Avenue Freeze Out off the album Born to Run. 7 minutes after 1, someone just called up and mentioned we never play Melanie on WVBR. Granted, she's not one of my favorites, but she does have a lot of nice stuff like this. Couple songs about the Woodstock Nation. Lay Down Candles in the Rain from Melanie and Woodstock, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young.
To raise that average to 2 persons per car, the U.S. would save over 500,000 barrels of gasoline daily.
And it's 15 minutes after 1 o'clock. Time now for news.
In another area of the world, it could have been a major disaster, but on the island of Hawaii this morning, 2 powerful earthquakes. Dakota convicted of assault on 2 private guards in connection with an attempt to break into a country club on the Rosewood Indian Reservation last June. That's the news. I'm Joe Vaughn on the American FM Radio Network.
And hello, we're WVBR, and I'm Jaime Wohl. It's 39 degrees, and there's an 80% chance of rain tonight, possibly turning into snow. Probably not. Tomorrow the temperatures are in the mid-50s, so it'll probably be rain. It's 19 and a half minutes after 1 o'clock. This is 10cc with the Wall Street Shuffle. It's 1:28 in the afternoon. That was Traffic with Light Up or Leave Me Alone from the Low Spark of High-Heeled Boys album, and 10cc did the Wall Street Shuffle. If you're wondering what's on the Sunday night album of the week tomorrow, it's the new Earth, Wind & Fire album, Gratitude. It's a double album with 3 of the sides in concert, and the 4th side being their new studio stuff. Earth, Wind & Fire at 11:20 tomorrow night, November 30th, on the Album of the Week, which is brought to you by Bach to Rock, a record emporium, 317 College Avenue in Collegetown. Another new album that came out during the week is Numbers from Cat Stevens. I heard Janice Ian is taking French lessons so she can record that song for the French listening audience. It's called At 17, from Between the Lines, and there's a new single off that now. It's called In the Winter. We heard Crystal Silence from Chick Corea and Home, Cat Stevens. The WVBR Flick Phone is the easiest way in Ithaca to find out exactly what movies are playing and at what times they are. You can get this information any time of the day or night by calling 273-5000. It's brought to you by Turbacks and Turbacks After Dinner Theater on Route 13 and by WVBR 273-5000, the Flick Phone. Here's Grinder Switch with Kiss the Blues Goodbye. A guy from Texas. His name is Mason Williams, and that was Classical Gas. We heard Kiss the Blues Goodbye from Grinder Switch, Crying, Waiting, and Hoping, Dave Mason, and Buzzy Linhart did You Don't Have to Tell Me Goodbye from his album Pussycats Can Go Far. There's an adorable picture of him with his face and a pussycat purple body. Oh, he's strange looking. There's a little cat on it. Yesterday I was talking about the cat I'm taking care of. Some of the people I live with have a male Himalayan cat named Brutus. And I tried to imitate him yesterday, reading the SPCA report, and Andy said it didn't sound quite right. It's sort of like, he has a very distinct personality. He's terribly afraid of people because he spent his first year of life in a cage. And he was at some kind of cat farm where people breed them, the people that gave them to the people I live with. Anyway, these people took off for the weekend because it was Thanksgiving and left me with this cat who was terribly afraid of me. And but now I feed him, so he likes me. It's exactly 2 o'clock. We're 93 WVBR FM in Ithaca. And it's about 39 degrees right now, with a possibility of it getting up to about 45 this afternoon. But there's an 80% chance of rain tonight, or snow. After Tony Kaye left the group Yes, he joined Flash for a couple albums, and then went on to a group called Badger. And this is from the first of their 2 albums, One Live Badger. It's called On the Way Home. Jimi Hendrix and Badger with On the Way Home. It's 12 minutes after 2 o'clock. Jaime Wohl here, and this is James Taylor from One Man Dog. James Taylor with new tune and instrumental number 1 from One Man Dog.